In last week's video, we rode out a massive spring blizzard from the comfort of our Rossmönster truck camper. By morning, we woke up to 1.5 feet of deep snow between us and the roadway. We thought for sure we'd be stuck out there.
Oh my goodness. Wow, I did not expect that. I thought we were going to be digging.
But the truck was able to push right through, and with a little shoveling to clear the snowbank, we were back on the road and on our way.
You're all good. Woo!
We made it.
After a long, cold, and seemingly endless winter, we decided it was time to drive 4 hours south to visit Matthew and Caroline.
Oh, buddy.
The snow has already been melted there for some time, and they are enjoying spring-like conditions. So we're expecting a couple more days of pretty cold temperatures. So what's the use of having an escape vehicle when you, unless you can escape in it once in a while? And so we're escaping south to visit Caroline and Matt, and just using the opportunity while the lake's still frozen and the weather's still not the best, to go down and say hi to them, just get caught up with them. And they'll probably be coming up as soon as the ice is melted up north. So Dan's already down there, and he's working on some motorcycle stuff that he needs to do, and he's getting his full license. He's writing some exams and doing a safety course, which will help him get a lower price on insurance. And then he's doing his final test. So come with us as we head south to hopefully a bit less snow. We're at Caroline and Matt's place, and we'll spend the night here before heading back up north. But yeah, like I said, Lando loves these wide open spaces, and there's no snow here. They had a little bit with that storm, but it's all melted off. It's amazing what a 4-hour drive south will do.
Caroline! Aww, so good to see you.
Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Carol.
In 2016, we sold almost everything we own, and we took our 3 teenage kids on an epic family road trip around North America and the world.
We knew we could always make more money, but we could never get back time.
As a family, we valued time more than money and experiences more than things. Along the way, our kids grew up into awesome young adults while developing the entrepreneurial skills and life experiences that have set them on their own adventurous paths. In our new chapter as empty nesters, our adventure continues, both off the grid at our cabin in the wilderness and on the road exploring distant places in our well-equipped expedition truck. Matt and Caroline are currently renting a beautiful place on my brother's horse farm in southern Ontario. The weather here is about a month ahead of what we're experiencing in northern Ontario, and spring is well underway. We're expecting some family and friends to come over this afternoon, so Caroline decides to make a delicious meal over an open fire.
know. I'm glad this thing didn't.
Good boy.
Nice to see you guys. It's been a while. Yeah. Okay, Carol. Nice to see you, babe.
They got weather like this up there now.
That's nice. But it's no ice.
Your bed?
I guess to show us something.
Yeah. Showing up. Showing up the bed.
Good to see you, Zach.
Good to see you too. Good, you?
Yeah.
You guys here for a few days?
Yeah, we've been a couple days.
Oh, nice.
How long have you been down here?
Oh, just 2 or 3 days.
Oh, nice.
That made it worse.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
2, 3, go. Don't hit the red one.
Look at this. I'm the biggest dog.
So Caroline's been making the delicious birria, and then we're using our Tembo Tusk. If you've watched our channel for some time, you've seen us use this. It's a really handy piece of equipment. Very simple to use, easy to pack up and take with you, but let's use that to heat up some tortillas. But you can really cook anything on here. You've seen us do breakfast, you know, scrambled eggs with sausages. Whatever you can think of, it can be done. It's almost like a wok. It's really a metal disc heated by a burner underneath, and very versatile piece of equipment. The center is always the hottest, and then it cools as you go to the side, so you just keep pushing the food up the sides. Check them out, tembotusk.com.
Dialogue, that's so cool.
Oh, nice. I know that it's getting
Yeah.
Trees are great. Yeah. Sort of. Very neat.
Yeah.
I really what's that? What are you looking for?
I mean, yeah.
Ready? I can lift you up. One.
This avocado?
Oh, it's hitting me in the face. Which is. I don't know if you'll eat the wrap. I know he makes.
Technically, you're more free than even except for in the eyes.
So go get it, Lando.
One of the guys out there worked in the restaurant or something. I went there and I was so like, I thought I was going to spend $100 when I walked down the Illuminati headquarters. Oh yeah.
With the harsh winter and a few other things going on, we didn't have as many visitors at the cabin this year. So it's really nice to catch up with as many friends and family as we can while we're down here. There's just something about gathering around the campfire, sharing stories, and enjoying good food together that makes you really appreciate these moments.
So it's like, probably like a 5 pound.
Oh, Lando, careful.
I went there and I was so like, I thought I was going to spend $100 because when I walked in there as well, somebody was being super nice. Kept giving me snacks for free stuff. Some guy bought me. Wow.
It's wonderful to wake up to the sound of the birds with no snow on the ground. Lando is certainly enjoying it. We are excited to be able to spend a couple of days with Matthew and Caroline while we wait for Pete to return from his trip and while Dan works on his motorcycle licensing. For Carol and I, this is a wonderful opportunity for us to spend some quality time with our son-in-law Matthew. He is a very handy guy, and he enjoys restoring old tools like axes and knives.
Have you always liked doing axes and stuff like that?
No, actually, my brother started doing it before I did.
Oh, really?
And then I saw he did it, and I was like, that's pretty cool. So I copied him. But
It's pretty neat, though, to get something like old and kind of tossed aside and fix it up.
I feel like they make everything to just be tossed out nowadays. When it's way better to fix stuff up and then you know how they work. And you can fix them when you need to. Rather than buy a new one every time. It's like back in the day, people would have to almost reuse what they had. I feel like nowadays they just can get a new one. Slowly but surely. This is an old handle. It will eventually take off enough. Just finished stripping all the rust off the head, and then I'm just handling it. So you actually want to flip it over and hit it down, because the force will actually drive it where the head will stay still, but the actual wood will drive down. It's kind of cool how that works. And then you just gotta throw a wedge in there. I like the glue them in, and then it should be as good as new.
After such a long winter, it sure feels good to bask in the sun and hit a couple of bags of golf balls.
Not bad.
Nice.
There you go.
Caroline and Matt are just getting moved into their new apartment and are busy doing some minor upgrades and renovations. We join in to help in any way we can. But these two work so well together. And who needs a ladder when you've got Matt? It appears that there's nothing that Matt can't install, build, or repair. As Caroline works her magic in the kitchen, orchestrating yet another delicious dinner. But she's learned to keep a wary eye, because you never know when you'll be on candid camera.
That looks nice.
Good morning. Carol and I are heading to the airport to pick up Pete. He just came in from the first leg of the Overland trip. They've successfully dropped off their vehicles on the East Coast, and those vehicles will be shipping now to the next destination somewhere across the ocean. So Pete has, I think, a couple of weeks to come home and get some paperwork done and all the stuff he needs to do, and to sleep a bit. He's been pushing pretty hard with the team, so he's gonna rest up, and then he'll get back on the road. But we're looking forward to seeing him. So we picked up Pete in Toronto, but his flight was actually up to Sudbury. So his bags ended up in Sudbury. Carol and I just drove up and got him. And then we're heading back to Caroline and Matt's for Easter.
So Pete and I are here at the U-Haul, and we're picking up a trailer so that we can take the boys' bikes down to a different town to get all certified for Canadian plates, because they imported them. We really need to just buy a trailer for the bikes, because I think the money that we've spent getting U-Hauls, it just doesn't make sense anymore. But yeah, for now this is what we're doing. So we'll do this, and then either this afternoon or tomorrow morning we'll pick up the bikes at the marina and then head down for Easter with Caroline and Matt.
Let's go get the bikes.
So we were driving back to the marina and we saw like 5 or 6 cow elk, which I've never seen elk in Ontario in my life. So I've always wanted to see them. We've actually heard them before when we were out camping one time, but I've never seen it. So this is pretty special. Pete just put up the drone and he's gonna try and go back and see if he can spot them and zoom in for you guys. That was really special. My heart is still kind of pounding, but we have the trailer so we can't back up on the highway. But hopefully he can spot them with the drone and show you and let us all get a good look at them. Do you see them?
Not yet.
So yeah, he's just flying over there. So we're pulled over on the side of the highway. You see them?
Mm-hmm.
Yay! How many are there?
1, 2, 3, 4. At least 5.
That's super special. I'm glad Pete is able to capture it. I can't wait to look at it, the footage. So he said he can see 5. Oh wow. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. They're just kind of chilling. Any sheds?
You can hear something, so they're kind of looking around.
That's cool.
Elk once roamed much of Ontario, but by the late 1800s, they had disappeared, pushed out by habitat loss and competition for resources. In the late 1990s, elk were reintroduced from Alberta and released into 4 regions across the province. Today, they're thriving once again, and spotting one of these magnificent, elusive animals in the wild is a true thrill.
It's crazy. We thought at least the bay area where the marina is would be open, and it's not even around the docks. That is some crazy ice. You can hear the little creek over there really flowing, melting all this snow, but like I said, the ice just looks like it's as thick as ever.
The next morning, we put the drone up to check on the lake ice, and sure enough, most of it is still locked in under a thick layer. Normally, by mid-April, we'd be launching boats, but it looks like we'll have to wait a little longer this year.
It's cold this morning.
Yeah, it's chilly. We're -2.
All right, so we had coffee. We're gonna load up Dan's bike, and then Pete's bike is gonna be a bit of a challenge because it's on the other side, the other parking lot. That's gonna be hard. So we just got the bikes loaded up, and Uncle Ben's trailer, snowmobile trailer. So we're just looking for some straps to secure it a little bit better. But the marina was kind enough to hold some packages for us. So we're gonna get those, and then start heading back to Caroline for Easter. It'll be really fun. We made up a meal plan and just have a nice cozy weekend, and hopefully it's as sunny as today. This is just gorgeous. This morning having coffee, there was a fox sitting out, and it was just fun to come see how the lake was doing. And man, it's still frozen pretty good. We were just talking with the marina owners and our friends, and they were saying this time the year before we were boating. So it's crazy how thick the ice was this year. But I'm gonna go get those packages while Pete is looking for some more straps, and then we'll hit the road. So last night when we were reviewing the drone footage of the elk, I noticed in one part of the grass there, it looks like there might be a shed or an antler. It's probably a stick, so I'm not getting my hopes too high, but it really looks like an antler. So Pete is kind enough to take me on a date to go back a couple kilometers and go take a look and just check. Otherwise it would probably haunt me for the rest of my life. But we sent it to the kids and to Matt, and they're like, yeah, that sure is worth going and checking out. But I couldn't imagine finding a elk shed from Ontario. That would be like really, really special. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So from the drone, I got confused on the signs on the side of the highway. So now I have to walk all the way back to the other side and check for my little shed or stick. But we'll see. Luckily, there's not too much traffic on the highway this morning. Nothing. I couldn't even find a stick.
Yeah, I looked. I found the exact same spot, and maybe it was just the way the light reflected on it last night.
Yeah, I couldn't see anything, but I saw lots of tracks and this whole way, like walking. So that's cool.
We'll try again later.
So we didn't end up even finding a stick, unfortunately. I was hoping to at least find that to show proof. But we'll try and show you guys on the picture. Like, it really looked like one from the air. But it was fun and exciting anyways.
It's all part of the search, the hunt. It's never a waste of time.
No. But I did get to see a lot of tracks and, a lot of different movements where they were. So that was neat to see. I might stop and get a coffee and maybe a little breakfast. Continue down to Caroline for Easter. Good guy.
No chicken for you. Come here, little fella.
Oh, I want to go look at it.
Check it out.